My Ambert, what are you doing out there? What are you doing? Hmm? Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead. In a couple of weeks, ago, I posted a video out here in the high tunnel about moles. I've struggled with moles for a long time. I've tried a lot of different things to get rid of them, and I stumbled across a video, and then I did some research on read some articles that said if you use juicy fruit gum, if you stick juicy fruit gum down in a mole trail, they'll eat it and they will die. It said, legitimately said, you could get rid of moles with juicy fruit gum. Well, I had to try it because that's just a very cheap test. I mean, how can you go wrong? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So basically all I did was come out here, I showed that video, I had moles all in my raised beds here in the high tunnel. They were destroying everything. So I went along and poked some holes in the little mole trails because you could see them everywhere, and put a half a stick of juicy fruit gum in there. Of course, I got a lot of people said, well, I can't wait to see if that juicy fruit sprouts. What kind of tree is that going to grow? But, well, so it's been 2 or 3 weeks, whatever it's been now. I'm not exactly sure. Let me switch arms. I'm getting tired. And everyone's been asking. I've had a ton of comments lately asking about the juicy fruit experiment. Well, I can't say for certain because moles live underground. It's hard to know for sure. But I will say this. After I put the juicy fruit gum in all the holes in the raised beds, the moles have disappeared. I'm not going to say 100%. I've not seen any signs of moles at all, but they were destroying everything. My beets were getting just eaten off under the ground. The beet would be completely gone. My spinach in the bed over there, they were eating all the roots out from under it. Just pretty much everything was getting destroyed by the moles. Since I used the juicy fruit gum, the mole activity has dramatically decreased. I would say by about 90%. Now, one thing, I also took it a couple steps farther, and I'll show you what I did. Because I talked to another YouTuber here in Oklahoma named Okie Rob, but he's got mountains of gardening knowledge and gardening wisdom compared to me. And Rob said, hey, you may have, because I said the moles are eating my crops. They're eating the root crops and things. And Rob and a lot of other people said moles are vegetarians. They're only eating the worms and the grubs. You might have voles following along using the same trails. So I thought, well, it could be voles, it could be rats, it could be mice, it could be a lot of things. So I took it one step farther and I bought some of these mouse trap. They're just glue traps, and I put a little bit of peanut butter on it. And I stuck those under, you know, just kind of out in the raised bed, in and amongst the crops. Thinking, okay, so if the moles are going underground and then the voles are kind of tunneling along, because you could see the tunnels, if they're sneaking around through here, voles, mice, maybe I'll catch one on a glue trap. So I've got glue traps on 2 different raised beds. 0 voles, mice, or rats have been caught. Nothing, I haven't caught anything on the glue traps. And I've used the glue traps for mice in the past a ton, and they've always worked great. And then I went one step farther because most of the mole activity's in the raised beds. So either in this raised bed or some of these on the other side. But you would get these mole trails that would go in between. So there's a little bit of grass in here, don't dog me for that. But you would see, you know, they'd come along at night and dig a furrow underground, but it would push up a little mound. You could see where they were at. So to combat that, I thought, well, let's get some traps. So I bought some really nasty medieval looking mole traps online. These things are bad mammer jammers. Watch this thing. Set this down here. So the concept here with this mole trap, I'm not going to put my finger up there and push that pressure plate up, but the moles come along underneath, and you put this on either side of their tunnel. So as they're burrowing through, they're constantly pushing dirt up. So the theory is, as that mole comes along, he's going to push dirt up and cause, bam, be impaled by that little trap. So you just put these along their trails. Well, I've been moving these around the high tunnel because there's been a couple trails here and there that I found. And so far I've yet to even snap a trap. That's not to say the moles didn't go past them. It's possible. But when you push that down in the ground, it forces them to go under it, and it's going to push some dirt up. So I think if they were using those trails very much, we would have caught at least one. So, I mean, I know it's hard to believe. I know it's not something that sounds legit, but I really do think that the juicy fruit, I'm not gonna say it's killed every mole in my garden. I think the juicy fruit gum is working. I think it has reduced the mole population, at least down to a manageable level, because I don't mind sharing my crops. The problem runs when they don't share with me. I'm gonna open the door because it's getting a little warm in here. The problem comes when they don't share my crops with me. That gets a little frustrating. So, I don't know. Try it. Here's the thing, guys. I had a lot of people say, don't do that, don't do that. That won't work. Why? Old wives' tale. Okay, so a pack of juicy fruit gum is 35 cents. Try it. If you got moles, try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Now, one disclaimer, a lot of people said, make sure your dogs can't get to it because the gum's not good for your dog. It could kill your dog also. Well, here's the thing. Mine are in my raised beds, in my high tunnel. The dogs don't come in here unless they're supervised with me. I don't trust them in here. And then it's buried underground, so they're gonna have to dig it up. They're not gonna get to the juicy fruit gum here. But if it was in your yard, like if I was gonna use it out here, that might be a problem. I may shy away from that. So, I can't say test results are 100% conclusive because moles are underground and you can't see them. But I'm not seeing their signs anymore, hardly at all. I think it worked. Try it for yourself and let me know. So then the next thing I want to address while we're out here has to do with the self-wicking tubs that I built the other day. I posted a video about that. If you missed it, go check it out. These things work great. I'm going to get them all planted out really soon. But I got hammered with questions. I got hammered and hammered and hammered with questions. The number one question being, where in the world did you get those tubs? These big tubs. Well, they're nothing but a molasses tub. If you live in the country or anywhere near the country, this time of year, farmers all through the winter, farmers, cattle ranchers, horse farms, whatever it is, feed molasses protein mix in those. So the tub comes filled. I feed them to my goats, but they're a much smaller tub. They come filled with that molasses mix. It's a high protein mix to supplement feed your cattle and horses. So if you have any ranchers in your area, contact them first, because if you were going to go out and buy a container for gardening this size, it would probably cost you $30 to $50 or more. Maybe a little bit more decorative than this, but it would cost you a lot of money. So everybody want to know how big these are? I would guess probably 25 or 30 gallons, maybe 40, but I doubt it. They're pretty big, but you don't have to use those. I've seen Leon build the same exact concept with a 5-gallon bucket. So you could grow one pepper plant or one tomato plant in a 5-gallon bucket using this same design. Now, in the bottom of it, you would probably just take like a 6-inch pot that you would get from like a garden center or something, turn it upside down, put a little landscape cloth over it, and you're good to go. So where can you get these tubs? If you're anywhere in south central Oklahoma, North Texas, Leon's got them by the hundreds. He'll sell them to you. But get in contact with some cattle farmers or horse ranches or something in your area. They'll be more than happy to get rid of them because they're trash to those guys. They feed them once and then they throw them away. And then I also had a couple people asking about the corrugated pipe that goes in the bottom, where you get that. You should be able to get this anywhere that you could buy French drain material. So if you, Lowe's or Home Depot a lot of times will sell stuff for a French drain. That'll work. And it doesn't have to have holes in it. The holes that are along the lines of this, not these holes, but the holes that are, can you see them? Those aren't important. All that's important is you have a hollow space that you can hold air cavity in there. That way when your water fills up, you drill a hole in the bottom of your pipe, the water's only going to fill up. Let me do this with one hand. The water's only going to fill up to about this level, and that's going to leave air space in there. So don't get too stuck on that specific material. The next thing was the landscape fabric, the ground cover. This stuff. I told people not to go to Walmart or whatever store. It don't have to be Walmart. I'm not dogging Walmart, but don't just go buy the homeowner grade ground mulch, because it won't last very long. They said, where can you buy commercial ground cover or landscape fabric? And that's kind of a tough one. I'm not really sure where all you can buy that. I would think online you could just search for commercial ground cover, commercial landscape fabric. Should be able to buy it online. I apologize, I kind of slipped on that one because I have easy access to Leon, and Leon sells it by the roll, so I've got easy access to that. Anywho, I've got one more thing I want to show you before I end this video. I know it's just kind of random ramblings, trying to answer some questions, help you guys out, because I get a ton of questions and it's hard to respond one to each and every one of them. So sometimes when I have a question that gets asked repetitively, I'll just address it in a video, because guys, I promise you, I try my best to keep up with all the comments on my channel, but with the way it's been growing lately, March, you guys are awesome. March was a record month by far. You could probably combine any 2 months together and it wouldn't meet what March did in pretty much every category. We had 1.7 million views in March. Record by far. So honestly, I'm not ignoring people in the comment section. I just cannot physically get to all of them. Anyways, I'm gonna do a little mail call because I got a package in the mail that I think you guys would really enjoy. You guys, this is cool. So it came from another YouTube channel here in Oklahoma that I've kind of helped out a little bit over time. They're trying to get up and going. Very small channel, still very small. Their channel is called Blackberry Ridge, and he sent me, first thing he sent was a T-shirt, which if you're not a fan of their channel, you may not be interested in the T-shirt, but cool little logo on their T-shirt. That's not the main thing though. That's not what I'm excited about. He sent me a little note. It's Blackberry Ridge. The guy's name's Josh. Go check out his channel if you're interested. Give him a subscribe. Like I said, they're brand new to YouTube, just getting started, just trying to get this whole game figured out. But he said, hey Daniel, thanks for answering my annoying YouTube questions. I hope you like the jerky. I have not had it myself. I hope it's not terrible. Hopefully you can collaborate, or hopefully we can collaborate on something in the future. Maybe even include Dutch if he'll quit the Instagram stuff on YouTube. Instigating stuff on YouTube. I can't read. I struggle. Anyways, talk to you soon. Josh from Blackberry Ridge. Go check him out. Now, here's what I wanted to show you. This is cool. I've never seen this before. I'm pumped about this. I mean, this is exciting for me. So you guys know I raise goats. We have meat goats. And we've butchered a few goats, and I love eating the meat from those goats. Well, check out this. Josh sent, I mean, there's multiple packages here. It's all jerky and, well, I was gonna say beef sticks, but they're goat sticks. So this jerky, it's like he basically sent one of every flavor, but it's called Kenny's Killer Jerky. I've never heard of it, never even tasted it, but we're fixing to. But he sent peppered goat jerky, teriyaki goat jerky, garlic goat jerky. How cool is that? It's a little, you can't see it through the back of the package, sorry. And then there's zesty goat jerky. But then there's also these sticks. They're like a beef stick. This one's honey peppered goat stick, fire hot goat stick. I'm not gonna try that one on camera. And then teriyaki goat sticks. And like I said, the company's called Kenny's Killer Jerky. There's a website, kennyskillerjerky.com. Not an advertisement for the company. We've yet to even try this. But it's goat jerky. How cool is that? Thanks, I appreciate it, buddy, for sending that to us. It looks like beef jerky. I bet it tastes similar to beef jerky. That's good. It's jerky. I like it. I may have to look into buying some of this. Made in the USA. USDA inspected Kenny's Killer Goat Jerky. How cool is that? I can't get rid of it. It's jerky. Sorry for talking with food in my mouth. They're delicious. How about we try a honey pepper goat stick? Isn't that just funny? Goat stick. It's gonna be good. Yep. Definitely tastes like honey. It's really sweet. That's delicious. Hey, Gemma. Gemma. Come here. Come here, Gemma. I was gonna offer Gemma some, but she doesn't want to come in the greenhouse. That's good stuff. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it, buddy. Well, guys, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't believe me on the juicy fruit gum killing the moles thing, try it out for yourself. What do you have to lose? It's not worth fighting over. It's not worth arguing over. And it may not work forever, but for some reason the moles have disappeared in my raised beds, and I'm satisfied with that. So, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.